Hey, true believers, Chris Mack wishing everybody a happy 4th of July. Hope you all stay safe here stateside, as well as everyone serving overseas. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I decided today that we're going to go over New Teen Titans issue 40 after the bad taste that the disgruntled review we did over on the After Dark channel Friday night. Still a little agitated about it, but that's all right, because this book was amazing. And this cover, the reds, the yellows, the blacks, the threat that Brother Blood is going to be imposing on the Titans. And I mean, just love the way that everyone's just kind of sitting here like in a hellscape. It just adds to the intensity of this issue. Now, this was the March 1984, I believe, was the print date. And we open with Mother Mayhem initiating her new recruits. She goes to witness the rebirth of power, the regenesis of faith, faith which must ever be tested, for it must ever be unshakable. Tonight you have become acolytes, shall partake in such a ceremony, which shall give meaning and purpose to the one we have assembled here to worship. And I just love how it says, lifeblood. And we just see all the boilingness, the pit, just terror as she builds up Brother Blood and talk about his immortality. And we see his hands rising from this boiling pit. The mouth is just saying, rise, rise, rise. We see all the bodies that have been mutilated by the cult of blood, which is what gives him his immortality. It's just a terrible, horrifying re-entrance, because I believe his first appearance was issue 21. And as he cleans off, we are reintroduced to Brother Blood. He goes, pray for me. Pray for the power of Brother Blood. Just an excellent way to reintroduce the villain to the Teen Titans. Now, it's Marv Wolfman and George Perez co-creators. Marv Wolfman's the writer, George Perez doing the pencils. Tingle doing, I think it's the inks. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't, I like how, check out how they wrote this. This is great. Tingle and Perez, embellishers. Bob Lappin letters and Adriana Roy doing the colors. Just everything working together here, from the coloring, the inks. Just look at the detail. You don't see this in modern books anymore. Don't get me wrong, modern comics have their place, especially their artwork, but back in the day before the digital age. Now, with that said, this is the second prelude to the Judas contract. We are taken to, what does it say? East Hampton, Long Island, and this is where Gar Logan was adopted by I don't remember his name, but anyway, him and Tara are being tutored because they're under 18, and of course Gar, not paying attention, tries to hit on the teacher, and she literally throws him against a bookshelf. Tara's not really paying attention. She kicks the chair out from under her, and she goes, I quit. I'm a teacher and I'm not a keeper at the Bronx Zoo. And just after that horrific intro, it was nice to have a little bit of some levity there, because you needed it after all that. You're like, that's a lot to take in. So you just kind of needed a moment to just kind of laugh a little bit. Now, I do appreciate with the DC animated films, I appreciate that they did the Judas contract, and of course they had to use the modern roster, make it more, updated a little bit. So it's cool to see Blue Beetle and Dick already being Nightwing, etc., so forth. It was just some cool elements. But here, coming back to the original, I love, and then another thing, almost got off on another whole anecdote. In the show, Tara cannot stand Gar. She hates the way he hits on her. She just thinks he's a creep. But here she's like, Tara, do you like being with the Titans? Yeah, it's better than playing playing in pool halls. No, seriously. Look, I know you're going to say shut up, but you haven't been totally straight with us. I mean, you told me you sewed your own costume, but your brother Geoforce has the same one. You told the other stories that aren't true either. What's up? None of your business, Moldy. Tara, if something's wrong, maybe we can help. Nothing's wrong. Don't bug me or I'll drop a mountain on you. Look, I really like you, Tara. If there's anything wrong, let me know. Not the Titans. just me. And I like this because it makes her kind of pause. She goes, you really like me? No, I'm just saying to pass the time. Is something wrong? And we kind of get a glimpse of the actual terror from it. She goes, maybe, just maybe, look, I got to think about some things. And that's where it stops. That is enough build-up for future plots, because then we get into this television satellite interview with the Titans, world politician, or should I say the United States politicians, and Brother Blood. Now, the Titans know what kind of creep he is. Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, says, thank you, Bethany. Zandia is a military dictatorship. People by military dictatorship. People by mercenaries, thieves, and international saboteurs. To give that country American weapons would be a travesty of international justice. But everyone's talking about, like, well, you know, they're saying, oh, this is just the leader of Zandia. This isn't Brother Blood. So they bring him on, and he is just like the silver-tongued devil. He starts to work on people's emotions. Goes, arms deals. I'm a religious man who has no need for weapons. No, it's the president of Zandia who seeks those weapons for his own use. Bethany, it saddens me how Zandia has come under the control of dictatorial megalomaniacs. And I was like, they believe him. It's like, if you feel like a loser, I will make you better. If you feel lost, then be found with this family. And some people are just like, how can you say Brother Blood's evil? My son went to his church, and he came back a better citizen. And then poor Vic, he just goes off because you can't explain the way the death of Marcy Reynolds, that blood-sucking vampire, killed him. He's hurt other children. We saw that too. I can defend the ways of my church. The youth who enter it return to society better people. I preach a return to standards, not their obfuscation. Come to me confused, and I will show you the way. But because the way he works the crowd, the Titans don't really get anywhere because they see that instead of trying to use logic, he weighs on their emotions. And I just like that again. The heroes come to a stumbling block. They're not coming out of this smelling like a rose. They're kind of, what do you call it? Beating themselves up. And I love how Coriander says, you should have handled that dick. As what? The masked civilian? Because remember, last issue, he hung up the Robin uniform and he says, I don't know who I'm going to be, but right now Robin needs to be retired. And I love how Gar, again, some levity, says, you looking for a superhero name? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman? And then as they're all walking, trying to figure out where they went wrong, I love how Gar's just like, Wandro, Hero at Large, Dicky Poo, the living leader. And then just all of a sudden he walks by Corey and he goes, how about John Travolta? Oh, hi, Corey. Nice seeing you. A little perv, my God. But it helps kind of break up that intensity of the moment. Because we do not get a moment to breathe after that. Dick goes undercover and goes to find all the politicians that are leaving office under suspicious, or it seems like fraudulent charges. And he says, let's go to Zandia and kind of confront this and look at Brother Blood's church. And they say, yeah, that's a good idea. I want to clear my name. So this blonde guy, this is Dick, using everything he learned from Batman about going undercover. They enter Brother Blood's church, but Dick is immediately recognized. So you can see that even though they're like, yes, please come into our church, ask our disciples anything that you want. You can still see, us, the readers, seeing that there's still the blood cult is some nasty, nasty people because the Titans are taken captive. And we're kind of left on a cliffhanger. And just the way it's built up, obviously they're going to survive. It's comics. But the way that it's done, the way that it's handled is interesting because there's a little X factor that's thrown into this as well. Because Brother Blood wants, revenge on the Titans from their last encounter. And so just the way how everything accumulates to the end of this issue is absolutely phenomenal. This is grade A storytelling because even though you know the heroes are going to survive, just the way all these different elements, because there's even a moment, there's like a quiet moment before all the drama happens where Donna's talking to Corey about her upcoming marriage, and she's like, this is for Donna Troy, not Wonder Girl, how do I explain away Gar or you, Corey, because Gar's green and Corey's an alien. It's just interesting. And then when the politicians at the conference are talking to the Titans, Corey's trying to, again, just like Donna and everyone else, talking on behalf of logic. And they said, why should we believe an alien being over a human being? So you see how the subtleness of that bigotry is in the comic, where it doesn't feel preachy. You could just see how Marv Wolfman just masterfully worked it into the dialogue, and it worked and it stuck. To me, that's awesome storytelling. So y'all, if you've enjoyed this comic book, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get comics and action figures, and either get all the single floppies like I'm trying to do, or get the collected trade, because that is also an excellent read as well. And if you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you can possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little blood bell next to subscribe, that way we continue to upload content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel. We love talking with you and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below, or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, having a safe 4th of July, and happy hunting, true believers.